อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภะคะวาพุทธังภะคะวันตังอะภิวาเทมิสวากขาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามิอันตมยังพุทธัสสะภะคะวะโตปุปภาคะนะมะการังกะโรมเสนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะGood afternoon, everyone. This is meditation session from Wat Pratamakai, Korsør Lusko, Denmark. My name is Phra Thada or Luang Pi Thada. And the word Luang Pi means brother, basically, as you would address a priest in the church. Luang Pi Thada. I've been a monk for 16 years and I've been meditating for over 30 years. So today I'm going to share with you the knowledge of the inner peace, the inner happiness is something that is within ourselves. Everybody who has a mind can find this kind of happiness from inside through meditation. Of course, meditation has so many benefits that it would take hours and hours to deliberate on. But today we will train ourselves, train our mind, so that we find inner peace. That is the basic thing for today's session. So as always, meditation is about relaxation and mindfulness. They go hand in hand. When you start to meditate, make sure that you are in a comfortable environment. Make sure that you are relaxed, both the body and mind. So you can meditate anywhere basically, but for beginners, it is advisable that you find a quiet place to sit down. Maybe on the meditation mat, or on a sofa, or on the chair, no problem. But what I'm sitting right now is the standard posture for meditation. The first posture in which Prince Siddhartha sat down, meditated until he got enlightened as a Buddha. So in this posture, you would sit cross-legged with the right leg over the left one and the right hand over the left hand. The tip of the right index finger touching the left thumb. And then just relax every part of your body from top down, from the top of your head down to the toes. And we spend a few minutes here. It's not a waste of time, but this is a necessity that we take some time to properly relax our body. Try to sit upright, and if you sit on the chair with backrest, I would recommend that you don't lean against the backrest because it is too comfortable and you can fall asleep rather too easily. And then you breathe in deeply and breathe out slowly for a few times. When you breathe in, you take the cool, refreshing air into your lungs, so you feel refreshed. You drive away any feeling of drowsiness or sleepiness. When you breathe out, you let all the anxieties, all the negativities of the mind, all the worries of the world to go out with your breathing. When you breathe in, you feel that your chest is expanding and your back is upright, kind of automatically. And when you breathe out, you let your shoulders drop naturally. When you have done this for a couple of times, you should feel very relaxed. And now comes the most important part, the way you close your eyes. Make sure that you just let the eyelids fall down on their own without using any force, as if you are going to go to sleep gently. So now let's close your eyes gently so that the eyelashes touch. Don't use any pressure. Don't use any force on your eyelids. At all times, you should feel your eyelids very light, very soft. Whenever you feel that your eyelids are heavy, or when you feel stress or tension around your eyes, that's wrong. You have to reset to zero by rolling your eyes upward and let your eyelids to fall down lightly, gently again. This is one of the most important aspects about meditation. And now you should feel that all the muscles around your eyes are fully relaxed. And then spread the relaxation from around your eyes throughout your face. Put a little smile on your face. And then you feel the relaxation going down through your neck to both shoulders. If there is any tension in any muscle in your shoulders, just relax that part of the shoulders now. And now spread the relaxation down both arms to the fingers. Make sure that the tip of the right index finger just touches the left thumb. Don't press them against one another. And then spread the relaxation down your chest, your trunk, your abdomen. Release all the muscles around your tummy, down to your legs, to the toes. So now the whole of your body, from the top of your head down to the toes, are fully relaxed. Spend some more time to examine each and every part of your body. If there is still any stress or tension in any part, then adjust the position the posture until you feel total relaxation in the whole body, so that we don't have to worry about the physical body anymore. And as if your body is melting away into the atmosphere, little by little, your body is merging with the atmosphere. Little by little, your body is disappearing. So now we don't have to worry about your physical being anymore. So we can focus on the relaxation of the mind. Normally, our mind has so many thoughts. There are so many things going on in our mind all the time. If it were physical body, it would have carried a burden all the time. You could imagine the fatigue, the tiredness in the mind. But because we have been doing that all the time, so we are used to it. We are used to have the mind that is full of thoughts. But when we put everything down, we let go of everything, then the mind is free from the burden. So let's think about the general characteristics of all things in the world. They are impermanent. Everything is impermanent. They rise, they remain, and they fall. Everything. So the things that are pleasing us today can hurt us tomorrow or later on. The things that we love today, we may change the feeling towards that thing later on. So it's no use to think about anything now during the meditation. Just put everything down. Let go of everything, so that our mind becomes empty, light, and free from any kind of thoughts. Just like we are sitting in the middle of nowhere, emptiness everywhere around us. Our mind free from any kind of thoughts. And then, in the silence, we start to feel the inner peace. So we are going to cultivate our mind further through meditation, so that this inner peace will expand to the point that we can feel joy and happiness from meditation. So by now you may know about the center of the body already, because that is the main focal point of our mind. That is the permanent base of our mind. It's somewhere there at the center of your stomach. If you imagine two thin threads, one thread running from your navel on the horizontal plane to the back, the second thread running on the same plane from the left of your body to the right. The two threads intersect at the center of the body, at the plane on the same level as the navel. And then 2 fingers width above that intersection, let's say at about 3 centimeters above that intersection, that is the center of the gravity of the body, or the center of the body. This is where the permanent base of the mind is. And you don't have to be precise, to be exact at this moment, where exactly it is. It's somewhere there in your stomach. And now, bring your consciousness to this point at the center of your body gently. The way you do this is so gentle, like a feather that is falling down from the sky, slowly, gently, touching the ground. That's how you place the consciousness at the center of the body. We do this effortlessly. Never use any force. Let the consciousness touch the center of the body gently. And let the consciousness cling on to the center of the body. And in order for us to be able to maintain the mindfulness, the consciousness at the center of the body, we have the meditation object is something that your mind can anchor on. So our great master, Pramangkol Muni, the late abbot of Wat Pak Nam Pasi Charan in Thailand, recommended a crystal ball, or you can imagine a shining sun, or a shining full moon, or even a star. So any of these will do. Imagine a crystal ball, or a shining sun, or a shining full moon, or a star at the center of your body. The common aspect of this thing is that it is round, bright and clear. The way you imagine this meditation object is effortless. You see this with your mind, not your physical eyes. So there is still no weight on your eyelids, no pressure, no force whatsoever, because meditation is mental exercise. Now we can see with the mind this round, bright and clear object at the center of the body. It doesn't really matter how clearly we can see it with our mind. It can be only 10, 20, 30% clear when compared to seeing with the physical eyes. But that doesn't matter. As long as we have the feeling that this round, bright and clear object is there, then that's fine. And then repeat to yourself a mantra. Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang. The sound of the mantra comes from the center of the crystal ball. And the sound of the mantra is soft, tender, soothing. You recite the mantra effortlessly. And the sound of the mantra comes from the center of the crystal ball, round, bright and clear. So now in your mind there are only two things. The image of the crystal ball, round, bright and clear at the center of the body. And the sound of the mantra, soft, tender, soothing. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. So keep repeating the mantra effortlessly, tenderly from the center of the crystal ball. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. In our mind, there are only two things. The crystal ball, round, bright and clear, and the mantra, Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. We keep doing this until our mind are used to the center of the body and it doesn't wander anywhere. And you may notice that the mantra dies down of its own accord. In that case, you just don't have to restart the mantra. Just keep the consciousness at the center of the body with a round, bright and clear object. But of course, everyone has a monkey mind. It likes to wander. When you notice that your mind is drifting away to random thoughts, you gently bring it back to the crystal ball, and you may restart the mantra, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang. And that's how you cultivate your mind through meditation. Gradually, your mind will follow your wish, that is, it won't wander as often anymore. But from time to time, your mind will drift away. When you realize that, you just gently bring it back to the center of the body. This requires some practice, but it's not that difficult. If you know that the end result is the true happiness, then you will be willing to practice this. Continue to rest the mind at the center of the body, at the center of the crystal ball, round, bright and clear. The tender sound of the mantra, Samma Arahang, สัมมาอรหังสัมมาอรหัง Let's continue to meditate in silence in this manner for a few more moments. Rest the mind at the center of the body, gently. After meditation, the mind is purified and a lot of positive energy, which is called punya in Pali language, the language that is used to record the Buddha's teachings, or merit in English. So when we place the mind very gently at the center of the body, we can feel this energy inside. It's pure, it's refreshing, it's very delicate, and it brings happiness. Lord Buddha said that punya is the name of the happiness. All the good things in our life happen because of the punya, or the merit, which is stored at the center of our body. So now rest the mind at the center of the body and let the stream of happiness at the center of the body to flow out, permeating the whole of our body. So the stream of happiness is now filling every cell in our body, purifying both the body and the mind. Now we can feel the stream of happiness flowing out from the center of the body. Still to rest the mind at the center of the body. Spread the loving kindness further into the surrounding area. Share this kind of loving kindness and happiness with all your loved ones in your house, in your community. Still resting the mind at the center of the body. Spread the loving kindness further to your neighborhood and share this loving kindness and happiness with all beings, human beings, animals, and those with only the spirit, those who don't have the physical bodies. Still placing the mind at the center of the body. Extend your loving kindness further to cover your community, your city, until it covers the whole of Denmark, the whole of Europe, and the whole world. Wishing all beings in the world to be happy, to be free from any kind of suffering, to be free from illnesses, sickness. All beings, human beings and animals, to be happy, free from suffering. Continue to rest the mind at the center of the body gently. Spread the loving kindness and happiness further into the space, to the moon, the sun, the planets, all the stars in the sky, all the galaxies. Feel the whole universe, the multiple universes, the infinite universes, with our loving kindness and happiness from the center of our body. In other words, the center of our body is now expanding without boundary to cover everywhere, share this happiness from within with all beings. And then think about the loved ones, the great grandparents, the ancestors who passed away. Share this merit with all of them, wishing all of them, wherever they are, to be happy, to be free from any kind of suffering. And also for those that who might have hurt in the past by body, action, or mind, intentionally or not, still remember or not. And from now on, let's continue to be good friends, helping each other. Still resting the mind at the center of the body, feeling the merit, the stream of happiness from inside, flowing continuously, and then make good wish for ourselves. Let's continue to spread loving kindness and share happiness from the center of our body for a few more moments. Sape Buddha Balapata Paceka Nanja Yang Palang Arahanta Nanjate Jinarakang Pantami Sapaso Sapaputta Nupavena Sapatama Nupavena Sapasangha Nupavena Satasoti Pavantu Te. You may now open your eyes gently. I hope you enjoy the meditation. This afternoon I'm going to talk a little bit more about mindfulness, because you might remember that we have 4 elements of meditation: the mindfulness, the comfort, the consistency, and observation. Mindfulness is very important, because this thing will keep your mind at task of cultivating itself. So the mindfulness is somehow the counterpart of meditation. They go hand in hand. And the main difference is that the meditation is something that you do to cultivate the mind when you are sitting, maybe with your eyes closed. So it means that you kind of getting a little bit serious, giving it a little bit more time. You find a quiet place to sit down. And during the meditation, you need the mindfulness. But then again, the mindfulness on its own, it tends to be happening outside of the meditation session. But it's something that is kind of consciousness that you tell yourself to avoid doing the bad things, to do only good things, and to always purify your mind when you are not sitting in meditation. So mindfulness is kind of trending these days. It's kind of a fashionable word. Maybe it's one of the reasons why you are interested in meditation. Okay, and if you look back to during the last 20 or 30 years, there are a number of papers published about mindfulness, and you can even get a fund to do research on mindfulness. But unfortunately, the use of the term mindfulness is now broadening, that somehow doesn't quite conform to the original teaching in Buddhism. So today we will touch on that a little bit. Okay, so the mindfulness in Buddhist sense anyway is a kind of recollection or discernment of good and bad, or right and wrong. Okay, so it motivates you to think, speak, or act in a good way. Okay, that's the kind of original meaning of mindfulness. But it's not just passive things, you know. Some people think that when people doing meditation or being mindful, they are being passive. No, it requires some effort to be like that. Unlike the children, the baby, when they sit doing nothing in a passive manner, it doesn't mean that they are mindful. So when we train ourselves to be mindful, that requires some effort. You need to understand where the mindfulness is in the big picture of Lord Buddha's teaching. If you still remember the pyramid of the teachings of Lord Buddha that I used to show you, the goal in Buddhism is to reach nirvana, or to be free from all the impurities of the mind, which is broadly categorized as the greed, the hatred, and the delusion. And under this goal, we can have the three kind of trainings. That is to keep precepts, to meditate, and the wisdom. The basic idea is that people need to have certain kind of or certain level of integrity, and then on that they can meditate to cultivate their mind, and as a result the wisdom will take place in the mind of that person. And then if we expand further from the three trainings, then you come to the Noble Eightfold Path. If you still remember, the right view, the right thought, the right speech, the right action, the right livelihood, the right effort, the right mindfulness, and then the right concentration. So you see that the mindfulness comes before the right concentration, almost at the end of the Eightfold Path. But it doesn't mean that you start in that order. You start with the right view and then you end with the right concentration. No, it goes in cycle, and with every cycle, the level of the cultivation of the mind is better and better. but that's where the concentration is helped by the mindfulness. So you see that in the big picture, mindfulness is very, very important because it's one of the Eightfold Path topics. And then from there you can expand further into altogether 84,000 topics of teaching by Lord Buddha that will lead to nirvana when your mind is so pure to be free from the impurities, the greed, the hatred, and the delusion. So, as a summary, what we mean by the mindfulness is that first, we don't allow our mind to wander endlessly. So we need to be mindful, and when our mind starts to drift away, we should realize that and bring it back gently to the center of the body, or be mindful at what we are doing. So spend the moment with the right concentration on the task in hand. When we finish with this task, then we can move on to do the other thing. Because our mind is like a monkey, you see, it likes to wander. But even the monkeys, they have a course to train them. It's a 3-month course, and at the end the monkey can collect coconuts. You see that even the monkey can be trained, so our mind has a much greater chance. And secondly, about mindfulness, you don't allow your moods or feelings to hijack the quality of your mind. So that means that, for example, if you get angry at something, yes, we can still get angry, but don't let that take full control of your mind. With mindfulness, we know that, okay, this is not very healthy state of the mind, being angry, and we have to realize that and somehow control our mind. This is, again, mindfulness. Without mindfulness, we don't realize at all that now the condition of our mind is in a dangerous territory. So that's the key concept, key idea about mindfulness. So when you sit down, you close your eyes. Basically, that's right concentration or meditation. And when you are not closing your eyes in the kind of official or this formal meditation, then you need mindfulness to kind of regulate your mood and your mind, so that when you come back to meditate, you can progress more smoothly. Okay, that's about the mindfulness that I would like to share with you today. So I wish all of you to be happy, to be wealthy, and to be healthy, and that your immune system works properly against the spreading of COVID-19. I wish you to stay healthy, both body and mind. See you again soon.